Oh, I'm sorry. Did somebody say Spider-Man? We got Spider-Man news? Oh, I'm in for this. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. 2020 has just been one hell of a crazy weird year. Just moments ago, we got the insane news that Robert Pattinson himself got tested positive for COVID, halting the production from the Batman. Man, that was really awful to hear. I hope Robert Pattinson makes a speedy recovery. But on the flip side of that, we just get more and more stranger news. Stuff that I don't even know if I'm excited for or what is even happening here, because we just got the announcement that a new live-action Spider-Man series is in the works from Sony. They are just milking my boy Peter Parker like if he was some delicious cow. I'm going to be breaking down all the details involving that, but I'm going to need you guys to leave your opinions down below. What do you think about Sony making a live-action Spider-Man spin-off TV series? Do you like the character they have chosen? How do you feel about my Mardi Gras Spider-Man beads? You don't want to know what webs I had to swing to get this. And also don't be forgetting to hit that like button if you just appreciate any Spider-Man news. You know I do. Alright, so this report is coming to us from Variety, and they have it written here that Sony Pictures has moved forward with a live-action Spider-Man TV series based on the Spider-Man character, Silk. Now this is a fairly new Spider-Man character that was introduced into the Spider-Man world back in 2014. The name of the character is Cindy Moon. She is of Korean descent. And interestingly enough, we've actually already seen this character in live-action form in Spiderman Homecoming. She was portrayed by an actress by the name of Tiffany Espenson, and really, I've seen Spider-Man Homecoming several times. She does not look familiar at all, so she must have been really buried in the background. Giving you a quick rundown, if you're not too familiar with the Silk character, she is a classmate of Peter Parker in the comics. In fact, she was even bitten by the exact same radioactive spider that gave Peter Parker his powers. In the comics, it was explained that the spider bit Peter, went off, bit his classmate, and then the spider died off. But where has she been all this time? Well, in the comics, they explained it that she was kidnapped by another Spider-Man foe, Ezekiel, who was trying to train Silk and help her use her powers. When Spider-Man found out about this, he went ahead, found her, freed her, showed her the world, and a little bit of interesting stuff does happen between them. Like one thing, since they were both bitten by the exact same spider and share the same Spider-Man hormones, they are just undeniably attracted to each other. I'm not even kidding. The comics say that they can't stand being a room together without doing a little spider monkey dance, you know what I'm saying? Along with that, she has a more advanced spider sense that she calls her Silk sense. Also, she has organic webbing that comes out of her fingertips. Getting some more details about this becoming a live-action TV series. Now, I gotta admit, Silk, although being a cool character, is not one I would want to get her own live-action show, because if we're already getting Spider-Man having his own live-action movies, then at least give Miles Morales his own live-action TV series. That's something I would like to see. But the part here that actually does have me excited, and is the only reason I'm gonna give this Spider-Man show a chance, because Sony has just been milking all these Spider-Man characters for their own shows and movies, is that this show has the attachment of Phil Lord and Miller. Now, if those names aren't familiar to you, these are the guys who brought us Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is arguably one of the best interpretations ever of the Spider-Man characters. These guys have proven from just one movie that they can have any Spider-Man character they want, and they are gonna give us some quality stuff. As of right now, this show is said to be going to Amazon, so that's where the show might end up. That's not a bad home for it. I thought maybe Disney would strike a deal and they would get that on Disney Plus, but then that's maybe a little confusing, because even though these Sony spin-off things are happening and are technically connected to the MCU, the Marvel Universe is never going to reference these other Spider-Man characters. So even though Sony is planning to have Venom meet Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and now they're working on a Kraven solo movie, we've heard talks that they're already working on a female Spider-Man spin-off movie, this right here will most likely only affect Tom Holland's movies and not the larger MCU. Even if this isn't a character you're all that excited about, just thinking it down, it basically is a female Peter Parker. It's a woman from high school who got these Spider-Man powers, is trying to hide them for the world. It'd be curious to see if Spider-Man's already swinging about doing his thing and she probably doesn't want to jump into that spotlight yet and wants to keep it a secret. I'm curious to see how this turns out, only for Phil Lord and Miller, but yeah, this is another project that Sony is announcing that they're wanting to make with the Spider-Man character. This is pretty nuts that it's happening, but if you guys don't know, Marvel has to approve every time Sony wants to do something like this, and Marvel gave them the okay, which lets me think they're probably on good terms. And if this is what the cost is for us to keep Peter Parker Tom Holland in the MCU movies, then I'm fine with it. Why not get a little more Spider-Man content in our lives? How do you guys feel about this? Are you going to be tuning in to this live-action Spider-Man TV series? I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. But I want to see these other spin-offs first, because they're announcing so many. I'm like, are any of these even going to get made, or are you just going to keep announcing them? Anything and everything, you guys go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.